you know, there'd probably be some maintenance that would have to happen if they left a gravel crossing there, but if the contractor, the bridge contractor can and plans to get out there in March, then it would be a very short-term issue. And then the gas line, the Mid-American gas line that's on the south side of the bridge right now, they're planning on actually relocating down to the Lewis Street crossing. They're gonna bore underneath down there and connect up with their lines outside of this project altogether, so they're not gonna be around anyway.
Well, see, they've got their boring team in town anyway, so.
They do already?
Yeah, because they're underground boring up there, one of our new buildings and
Oh,
stuff anyway,
okay.
so they're already running lines underground, they're working through some bad stuff, so.
Okay. So, and they also, I guess I haven't had quite as much contact with Mid-American Energy because they said they were gonna be outside of our project, but they did, you know, they understand the schedule and they, you know, their plan was to be out of the way before the bridge contractor gets out there. And every time I've had any contact with them, I told them to plan on the middle of March when the contractor, or the bridge contractor was planning on being out there. So hopefully that will go well. I mean,
It seems like Mid-American was more on the ball than CenturyLink.
yeah, CenturyLink seemed to kind of make this, it seemed, from my correspondence, they seemed surprised that this project was even happening almost. You know, not quite that bad, but, I mean, we did have quite a bit of correspondence with them, especially over the last year, but even 3 years ago when we first started this project, we contacted all of the utilities to find out, you know, what's out there and let them know that there's a project. At that time, we thought was coming up within a year, and then we let them know that it got delayed, so it wasn't.
But one time they actually talked about putting poles in.
Yeah, they
You
did.
know, just, you know, and then we kind of got that negated, but that was actually, I know, talked about anyway, that they were just gonna kind of slide that through.
So, anyway, there was quite a bit, and I don't know that, I mean, I guess that would be, if Aaron thinks he could somehow get money, you know, some of that reimbursed back.
I just saw that in the deal, was that was part of the cost and stuff anyway, so I just didn't know if that was up to us to do the utilities and stuff, that's all I was wondering anyway.
Actually, I think they asked the opposite. They said, well, is the city covering any of the relocation costs for all the utilities?
And
It's
and
an
they're,
immediate no, but.
you know, and if there had been, I mean, because they're on the bridge right now, so they are in the city's right of way. Unless there was some kind of an agreement that the city had with them that would mean that the city would pay for a relocation, then you're not obligated to pay anything for the relocation of the utilities. So. I've talked a lot. Do you have any other questions, I guess, if you?
Well, good. You're rocking and rolling now anyway, so.
Yeah, and.
So the short-term answer is maybe on having a special council meeting, depending on what you kind of find out and stuff.
Yeah, I guess if it would be not a big deal for you to have one, and this other stuff kind of goes through smoothly, it'd be better, the sooner you can approve it, the more flexibility it gives the contractor. And of course, whoever it is, they may plan on not getting out here till May, and then I guess that, you know,
So that's up to
wouldn't
them
be any
then, so.
benefit to doing it then, but what I would like to do is to maybe even, I mean, it's probably, I don't know if it's too late now, but when I discuss this with the Office of Location Environment, if they'd say there's no way around this May 15th deadline for working in the river, I may ask them if there's a possibility that we could change that late start date to something sooner, so that we could make sure that the contractor can get out there earlier, so that they can get whatever they, you know, I think there could possibly be an issue because when they build this bridge, it's going to be, they're going to have to, that whole river is going to be full of false work when they start building the deck, because the deck is just poured concrete, so they've got to support all of that from below. So when they're doing that false work construction in the river, that could fall, that very likely is going to fall in that time period. So I would like to get them going as soon as possible and at least get as much work as possible done before that deadline happens, if they're not going to let us waive that requirement. I guess ideally we can waive that. I'd like to be able to get that Topeka Shiner issue waived if it's not a real issue. I mean, if there's no I guess confirmed nesting or whatever, or spawning areas in the river, then maybe it's not really an issue. So, I don't know. I'll find out what I can, and I'll let Aaron know as soon as possible.
Alrighty. So we need a motion to approve the contract.
Move to approve.
Second. Roll call vote.
Slater.
Aye.
Scholl.
Aye.
Rusher.
Aye.
Goodell.
Aye.
Thank you, Stan.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty, next we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2014-10. A resolution approving a request for extra services to WHKS and Company of Mason City, Iowa for the additional engineering services for the proposed Sumner Avenue Bridge.
The request for extra services, like you heard, is primarily due to extensive unexpected coordination with the utilities. The DOT coordination was very time consuming also. So WHKS actually split the cost in half on the part. It was DOT, but the utilities, like I said, were requests from me to help handle those. Just, we were flooded with requests about where right-of-ways were and where everything was, where the borings were, and honestly, I shouldn't be answering those. Leave that to Stan, so that's what the portion was. Total increase is $6,760.
We need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second. Roll call vote.
Scholl.
Aye.
Rusher.
Aye.
Goodell.
Aye.
Slater.
Aye. And we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2014-11. A resolution approving change order number 5 with Wunsch Construction Incorporated of Green Isle for the 2012 Eagle Ridge Addition project for a net addition of $7,854.
This change order was for rock that Blacktop Service used on Eagle Ridge to stabilize the ground during very heavy rains last spring. It was kind of kicked around between the engineer, Wunsch Construction, and Blacktop Service about whether it was needed, whether it wasn't needed. It's delayed it out to this point. I think there's a great argument that you could say that this extra rock along the side wasn't absolutely needed for the project, and that's what the engineer Wayne Schlofeld said. Wunsch wants to get the project closed out because they have a maintenance requirement that has not started yet because the project's not been closed out yet. And Blacktop Service said, well, these cuts were put here, we feel as though we had to put rock there to make sure that we could actually do the project. So I think in the end, obviously, the stabilization up at Eagle Ridge was very important, getting the project moving. I think Blacktop probably did what they had to do to get the pavement down, and that's why they put the rock in. I think if you're splitting hairs, then you could say that this rock wasn't necessarily required. It wasn't in the specs, so it shouldn't be paid. So, but obviously we do a lot of work with Blacktop Service, and that's why I would say when I talked with them, I said just go ahead and put the change order in. We need to get the project closed out. We've got a good contractor who's kind of hanging out to dry on this, and a company that we do a lot of business with. So, I think that there was some need for that rock to be put in there. So,
Well, there's no question, there was a lot of wet spots up there that needed to be excavated out and more rock put in,
Yeah.
if we were gonna do the project, so.
Move approved. Second.
Roll call vote.
Rusher.
Aye.
Goodell.
Aye.
Slater.
Aye.
Scholl.
Aye.
Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2014-12. A resolution approving pay estimate number 8 from Wunsch Construction Incorporated of Green Island in the amount of $7,461.30 for the 2012 Eagle Ridge Addition project.
So this simply pays out the change order that was in the previous resolution. The retainage will be approved after Blacktop Service signs off the last lien waiver, and the project can be closed out.
Move to approve. Second.
Roll call vote.
Goodell.
Aye.
Slater.
Aye.
Scholl.
Aye.
Rusher.
Aye.
Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2014-13. A A resolution approving contract change order number 1 from Roof Guard Incorporated of Spirit Lake, Iowa for the 2011 Humboldt Water Treatment Plant Renovation Project, Phase 1, for a net increase to the contract of $11,585.
This is kind of an interesting situation, the next two change orders. So the first change order is a change order that was never approved from back when, I guess, all the trouble with roof guards started. They did increased work for the decking to replace a rotten part of the deck at the water plant. That obviously needed to happen. The steel was completely gone. Very important to get that patched up before we put new membrane and insulation and everything on top of it. So that change order was sitting out there because of all the other problems we ran into with roof guard. So the work, the 11,000, that was completed. I think it was subcontracted, most of it. It was not even roof guard.
They hired them.
Yeah, and they did a
Metal
good,
welding or guys to do it.
yeah, and they did a good job. I mean,
They're out of Algona, I think.
yeah. So they came in, did great work, got the deck in, got the steel in, and they were out, but the change order's kind of been hanging out there, so we need to approve the first change order, and then the second change order covers the actual agreement that reflected all of the costs that were incurred and the discussion that we had at, 2 council meetings ago? So,
When Eric was here.
when Eric was here, yeah, when the city attorney was on here.
Did the subcontractor get paid?
As far as we know, I mean, they had sent emails to me and Aaron, and we forwarded them on to Roof Guard, and we haven't heard any more from them. And Roof Guard said they paid them, and we haven't heard from the subs or
Okay,
suppliers.
so the sub can't come back against us for any claims and stuff or anything?
Well, not that we know of, but we are holding retainage, just like you always do on the pay request. We'll hold 5% retainage for that possibility of a sub or supplier we don't know about that could file a claim. But there are no known claims.
The 5% wouldn't cover that.
I'm pretty sure the steel situation's resolved. I
Okay,
don't know if you
alright.
ever got a call on that.
I got one, but then that's what I was hoping that it, yeah.
Aaron was a little worried that he might have a broken leg.
Yeah, there was a call that sounded like somebody was really ready to collect. And it was a very interesting call from a steel supplier out of Chicago, who was not too happy about where things were at. And so I said, gentlemen, that is not a situation that is coming out of the city. I said, that's your actual, whoever you're doing business with. Well, do you know where I can track them down? I believe was the appropriate terminology. But I think they got paid. I'm pretty sure that was taken care of, so. It was an interesting conversation, to say the least. But, yeah, I haven't heard any more calls since they called twice, and then I think they actually got a hold of whoever they needed to get a hold of, so.
I think they even sent us an email with a copy of the check they sent
Okay.
at the time.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because we had a conversation with Roof Guard that said, do you realize that somebody's trying to get a hold of you? You might want to talk to them, so. And then I think they responded by showing us, or sending the canceled check, so.
Okay, that's all. I just concerned that we didn't get hung out to dry or, litigation or something anyway is what I was concerned about, so.
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call vote?
Slater? Shoal?
Aye.
Rusher?
Aye.
Goodell?
Aye.
Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2014-14. A resolution approving contract change order number 2 from Roof Guard Incorporated of Spirit Lake, Iowa for the 2011 Humboldt Water Treatment Plant Renovation Project, Phase 1, for a net decrease to the contract of $34,447.50.
This change order covers the liquidated damages portion of the agreement between Roof Guard and the city of Humboldt, based upon the agreement that was discussed with the city attorney. Covers the increased engineering costs that we have with Fox, because they basically had to be on site the whole time, making sure that everything was taken care of correctly. And we also have attorney fees that are in there with the city attorney. I think in the end, this is a break even, maybe a little bit to the good, but at least can wash our hands of Roof Guard on this.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call vote?
Shoal?
Aye.
Rusher?
Aye.
Goodell?
Aye.
Slater?
Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2014-15. A resolution approving pay estimate number 2 from Roof Guard Incorporated Spirit Lake for the 2011 water treatment plant renovation project, Phase 1, in the amount of $11,587.63.
This will pay out the project with the exception of the retainage that's included in pay estimate number 3.
So we're paying them 22 and getting back 34. Is that correct? 23, we're paying them 23,000 and getting back 34.
No, we're paying them 11,000, getting back
Right, but we
22.
paid 11,500.
Yeah, they've only been paid $100,000 to date
Okay,
of the 160 some that the total contract is.
okay.
So doing the math, it took me a while to do that, make sure I didn't make any mistakes, but, yeah, because we're gonna be paying them up to the 130,000 roughly.
Okay.
Total,
Okay,
when you pay request 2 and pay request 3.
okay. So we had, okay, that's what I was curious about, how we're gonna wind up here, because it was, okay. Alrighty, that's all I was concerned about. We need a motion?
So moved?
Second.
Roll call vote.
Rusher.
Aye.
Goodell.
Aye.
Slater.
Aye.
Shoal.
Aye.
And we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2014-16. A resolution accepting the 2011 Humboldt Water Treatment Plant renovation project, Phase 1 is complete, and approving pay estimate number 3 final from Roof Guard Incorporated of Spirit Lake, Iowa, and authorizing the release of the 5% retainage, $6,295.37, 30 days from the date of this acceptance.
Just simply releases the retainage. Obviously, we'll make sure everything's checked off before we send that out, but I think everything looks good from what
Yeah,
you've
we're not
seen.
expecting any claims, like I said, we haven't heard anything from anybody in a long time. But if you do happen to get one, it'll come in to Aaron or to Gloria, and if you do get one, you still have to pay the retainage, but you subtract that $6,000 by double whatever that claim amount is. So if someone sends you a letter and says, I haven't been paid $2,000, then you pay them $4,000 less than their expense. If something comes up.
If after the project's complete, then no one can come back on us after that time.
After the 30 days, according to my understanding of state law, they have to sue after that.
Okay.
I mean, they have to sue Roof Guard.
Right, okay, not us, no, okay.
Yeah.
Move we approve.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Goodell.
Aye.
Slater.
Aye.
Shoal.
Aye.
Rusher.
Aye.
Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2014-17. A resolution approving a minus requisition number 27 for construction costs, inspection, and technical